Welcome to a Friday Reads, where I talk about what I read, what I'm reading, what I hope to get to next. And yeah, let's get into it. Have I finished anything since last time? No, I don't think so. Made a lot of good progress on Labyrinth's Heart. It's so good. It's amazing. I'm having a really good time. I did a bunch of errands today, and I just got to listen to it in the car while I was just driving around. I went to had a doctor's appointment, went to have lunch with a friend, went to a yarn store, then went to a bookstore, and 2 libraries. I'll show you what I got at the bookstore. But the 2 libraries, that is because I'm collecting my Ursula K. Le Guin in fiction books, which I will make a video on, but I was kind of thinking that this year, like every award season, I kind of do try a chapter for one of the awards, and I think this year it's Ursula's time for that. Also, I'm just like looking for inspiration of just finding things that make me entertained. I am very difficult to please these days, unless it's like a social event. In terms of like my own alone downtime, I'm incredibly hard to please. I don't know why. I mean, I kind of know why, but like also, it's weird. It's new. I'm working with it. Regardless, Labyrinth's Heart, great, love it. Reread doing its job. The book that I'm reading physically, that I do plan on finishing, I don't think that's an issue. I just like to put in perspective the amount of reading slumpiness that exists within my soul. I believe I started this last Friday. I'm filming this on Thursday. I have read 148 physical pages in that time, which is very much, gosh, I don't remember the last time I read that few physical pages in a week. It's just like not normal. But regardless, I've been reading Sublimation, and I actually do think it's like pretty engaging. I liked the first part the most for my brain because it's written in second person. It's kind of like a riff off the short story that has inspired this piece. I've also been bold, guys, filming today. I let the cats in here. This could have been a bad decision. We'll find out. Kieran's currently playing with Donna's favorite toy, and Donna is watching him intently. I don't normally let them in here with me, but it makes the room colder. And we're all in, like, the heat wave of our lives right now, so. And I'm luckier than most, because I got central air. So Sublimation. We've got, like, how many perspectives would I say that this book actually has? That's a tricky question. Let's say right now I've had 4 chapter perspectives. I'm curious about, like, what's going to make this kind of like that psychological thriller thing a la Severance that at the back of the book claims it's going to be. Like, the back of the book says doppelgangers, corporate intrigue, heartbreak, betrayal, and the harsh permanence of the border. So far, it's a very human story. It's a very human story about regret, about desires spoken and not spoken, and I'm good with that. I'm just curious. So this is good. I'm really enjoying it. But, like, I need to, like, put my phone in a prison somewhere, because truly, if I'm awake and I have free time, I'm just on my phone. I'm not scrolling at anything negative, but I'm like, I've never been someone who's watched a lot of short reel content, but like I've just watched so many cakes get decorated recently. I don't know who I am. I don't know what's happening. So anyways, this is my physical read right now. And it has made me think that I might be trying to do more sprints with my Patreon when I can, even if it's just for like an hour a day, to just have some accountability and like trying to form a habit again. Because I feel like I need a little bit more of a structure habit. I mean, it would be one thing if there was like something else I wanted to do. But like even TV is not filling the void. Even crafting's not filling the void. Even video game. Like I don't want to just be on my phone all the time. Like I don't want that to be the hobby. So I need to figure something out. So yeah, that's what I'm reading. The book I got from my bookstore. It's Uncertain Suns by Thomas Haas. So, you know, another short story collection to add to my pile of short story collections that I, like, rarely get to. But, you know, this is just on so many award lists. The titular tale is on so many novelette awards lists. And I don't know, I wanted to get it. And what I do is, so I have my local indie bookstore. I really don't buy that many books, but I really love this bookstore. And so my idea to myself is like, you know, people have Book of the Month subscriptions, people have Aardvark subscriptions. I buy 1 book a month from this bookstore as my membership, my unofficial membership to the bookstore to help keep its lights on. That's how I function. And he's really nice and he'll order anything I ask for. So I asked for this. If you haven't heard me talk about Thomas Ha, welcome, you must be new, because I've talked about one story in my country a boatload. It's not in this collection, but what is in this collection, and also my cute little fox bookmark. I love these fox bookmarks. But in here, we do have The Brotherhood of Montague St. Video, which I can't remember if it won the Hugo, but it was a Hugo nominee and very strong. So that is also in here. What am I going to be reading next? So Herkyed is happening. Do I know what I'm doing for Herkyed? No. Do I have strong suspicions that this year might be a bust? Maybe. But that's okay. Because, you know, I have one book that I need to read because of a book club coming up, and I'm going to start it earlier than I normally would because I'm reading The Room, and The Room's not reading very fast. And then I have another book that, like, there's, like, these side quests for Herkyed, and I'm like, well, this kind of matches. And both of these work towards my attempt to read a bit more Hugo stuff. So, one of them is Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. I don't know if you would count this as having teal on the cover, but the side quest was like, read a book with teal on the cover. Or there was also this alliteration thing, but that wasn't happening for me. This book is about 420 pages. I don't know how fast it'll read. But our book club is in like 3 weeks, so I should start it now if I'm not even able to read a book a week right now. So, this is a book I'm really excited to read though, because I have no idea what I'll feel about it. I am typically someone who gives a Nnedi Okorafor novel a 3-star, maybe a 3.5. Novellas, sometimes I eke out a 4, 4.5. In general, I find her ideas interesting, but the plot pacing just doesn't always work with my sensibilities. But there's just been so much discussion on this book, and I just need to know where I land. I think it's going to be great for a book club discussion. So I'm excited to get to this. And since I'm running the book club, I didn't have to buy this book, so it was free. So isn't that nice? And the other one that definitely has teal on the cover is Automatic Noodle. I bought this on the indie bookstore day. Once again, it was from Hexagon Books. And this book, let's say, it's only 150 novella pages. So if we're going with Angela can't read right now, this seems like it could be a good momentum boost. Also, I did just download onto my Kindle, and I'm not going to be surprised if this time next week, I'm telling you I've read it, is the, oh gosh, what's it called? It's the second book in First Time Caller. I mean, I will have put a picture in for you, but the second book, I feel like maybe a romance could fix me. Maybe not fix me, but at least engage me, entertain me. Like, I truly, like, the only other thing that's been remotely entertaining for me is Jane the Virgin. And even that, it's not like that much. My brain is in a weird place. I'm not even like depressed. I'm just weird right now. So that's kind of sort of the game plan, to try and work with where I'm at. We're almost done with season 2 of Silo. Cool. I do just feel like the episodes are too long, and I'm mostly in it because I just want answers to questions. I actually don't really care about anybody at the moment. Yeah, I think it definitely started off as kind of one of those classic dystopian sci-fis where the premise was interesting, and now we're kind of fizzling off as I'm like in the weeds of it. It's like not doing anything super unique for me. There was like one romantic thing that showed up that I'm like, I don't like this at all. Like, I don't need this. If this was in the book and that's why you had to put it here, fine. But it's in the book because a dude wrote this. This is dumb. I don't like this at all. That's just an opinion from season 2 of mine. And again, I'm still just like, I just want to know the answers. I don't really care about what the people are going through, which feels like a failure on storytelling somewhere along the line. And I've been feeling like this since before I felt weird. I am excited, though, because we'll get to The Bear soon, and we're going to get to House of the Dragon soon, so that's exciting. And then I have new Superman episodes after I finish my rewatch of season 2, and I am seeing Supergirl today. Like, when you're watching this video, I'm gonna go see Supergirl, and none of the haters can make me less excited because I've read the source material, I know what I'm getting into, and I love an action movie, and I'm very excited to hear about how they filmed it and everything, and I think it's gonna be aesthetically very fun and very pleasing and full of a lot of heart in a different way than Superman was full of heart, and I'm down for a good time. So that's my movie watching plan. And yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. That's all I got to say. So yeah, just I'm not upset that I'm slumpy. I'm more just annoyed that I don't know what to do with my alone time right now. Like, I'm trying to find healthier things to do than stare at my phone, but the urge to stare at the phone is strong. Too strong. And I've never actually been someone where that's been a big problem. So this is also very new to me. So I need to figure it out. If you just want to leave an emoji to let me know you're here. Ooh, sublimation. Like, what would be the emoji for sublimation? I don't know. It has to do with borders, but I don't think there's a good emoji for borders. Has to do with immigration. Again, not a good emoji. Immigration. Sublimation is like... I could be wrong, and I apologize if my chemistry is incorrect, but I think that's when you go straight from a solid to a gas. Is that right? Am I making that up? If so, all I'm thinking about is a dry ice cube, and it's really hot, so I'm going with ice cubes. And you just followed that journey where it landed, and again, chemists out there, I apologize if I have misremembered what the phrase is of going from a solid to a gas is. Life happens. Otherwise, you can let me know what you're reading, doing, watching, or like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.